Good afternoon. My name is Barbara Fuller, and as chair of the board, I welcome you to this July 20th, 2026 regular meeting of the Washtenaw County Board of Road Commissioners. Shelby Rockawick, our office coordinator, will describe how our meetings operate, how to access the agenda packet, and how people may participate remotely. Shelby?
There are multiple ways to make public comment during today's board meeting, whether you are joining us in person or virtually. If you are here in person and would like to make public comment, please fill out the sign-in sheet now. If you are joining us virtually, we will ask you to raise your hand at the appropriate time in the agenda. And now I'll turn it over to Chair Fuller.
Thank you. I now call this July 20th, 2026 regular meeting to order and ask Shelby to call the roll.
Chair Barb Fuller.
Present.
Commissioner Joanne McCollum.
Present.
Commissioner Gloria Llamas.
Present.
The following directors are in attendance: Managing Director Matt Washtenaw, Director of Operations Adam Late, Director of Engineering and County Highway Engineer Brent Schlack.
Please join us in reciting the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. May I have a motion to approve the agenda as presented?
So move.
Additions, second?
Second. Sorry.
Additions, deletions, or corrections? Seeing none, Shelby, if you would please call the roll.
Commissioner Joanne McCollum.
Yes.
Commissioner Gloria Llamas.
Yes.
Commissioner Barb Fuller.
Yes, the minutes from the previous meeting have been, I'm sorry, today's agenda has been approved as presented. Next, we have two sets of minutes to consider. May I have a motion to accept the board meeting minutes of July 7th, 2026, appearing on pages 3 through 15 of the packet?
So moved. Support.
Additions, deletions, or corrections? Seeing none, if you would please call the roll, Shelby.
Commissioner Joanne McCollum.
Yes.
Commissioner Gloria Llamas.
Yes.
Commissioner Barb Fuller.
Yes, the board meeting minutes of July 7th are accepted as presented. May I have a motion to accept the closed session minutes of July 7th, 2026? Copies have been distributed at the commissioners' desks.
Madam Chair, I motion to postpone the acceptance of the closed session meeting minutes. Support.
Shelby, if you would, any discussion? Seeing none, if you would please call the roll.
Commissioner Joanne McCollum.
Yes.
Commissioner Gloria Llamas.
Yes.
Commissioner Barb Fuller.
Yes. The closed session minutes of July 7th, 2026 have been postponed until a date in the future. We have reports of the County Commissioner Liaison, Caroline Sanders. I don't see her. Chris?
Correct.
All right, she's not with us at the moment. We will move on to public comment. This is the time set aside on the agenda to receive comments from the public. This is not intended to be a period for dialogue. Each person will be allotted 3 minutes to address the board, and Shelby will explain how people may be recognized to offer comments.
Since this is a hybrid meeting with both in-person and virtual attendees, we will take turns between those attending in person and virtually. For virtual attendees, we have provided some instructions on the screen on how to participate and make public comments. If you're attending this meeting virtually and would like to make public comment, please raise your hand now. If you dialed into the meeting from your phone, you can raise your hand by dialing *9. Our IT manager, Chris Quinter, will unmute virtual participants with raised hands one at a time and will announce your username or last 4 digits of your phone number when it's your turn to speak. Please share your name and address before beginning your comments. For in-person attendees, we will start with those of you who have signed up on the sign-in sheet as you walked in. If you haven't signed in, you are still welcome to make comment. We will notify you when it's your turn.
I see that there's one hand raised at this time.
There is, yes, Madam Chair. So Marta will be adding comment virtually. Marta, I'm going to ask you to unmute here. If you'd state your name and address, please.
Good afternoon. My name is Marta Larson. I live at 5884 Katy Lane, Ann Arbor, which is in Northfield Township. My comments are concerning the project to replace the Main Street Bridge in Whitmore Lake. I'm in no way objecting to replacing the bridge. It's a long overdue project, but I'm most definitely objecting to the impact this project is having on the community. And I'm looking to see a few modifications to address some of the most negative results of the project. The area of highest concentration of income limited transportation challenged residents in Whitmore Lake is north of the bridge area. The neighborhood just south of the bridge area is where the local food pantry and health clinic are located. They're both having problems already with access to their sites. Those wishing to walk south into the neighborhood have no way to cross the creek that the bridge is being replaced is at. This site is just north of the Whitmore Lake Public Schools Main Street campus. Children who attend school at this site often walk along Main Street to get to and from school. We had a meeting on Monday, the 13th, at the site with the managing director of the Road Commission and a number of other people. At that point, we focused on the negative impact that the lack of pedestrian access is having on the neighborhood, the food pantry and the health clinic, also the community park, dog park, and athletic facilities that are also in that neighborhood. The residents that most need to reach the pantry and health clinic are potentially being harmed by the lack of pedestrian access. This is not an inconvenience, as Mr. McDonald stated, but a situation that could be harming real people. At that time, the sidewalk leading from south of the bridge into the neighborhood was closed and pedestrians were expected to walk in the road. Since then, a concrete sidewalk has been installed there. However, there's still a barricade over the sidewalk with a sign stating sidewalk is closed. On Jennings approaching the intersection, there's a sign that says stop here on red, but you should add a no turn on red sign there so southbound people don't pull out while northbound people have a green light. We would like to see a temporary pedestrian bridge installed across the creek. It's evident that the Road Commission has permission to use the adjoining property there because they have a lot of stored materials along the creek. So there's plenty of opportunity to link a sidewalk leading from the temporary pedestrian bridge to the clinic side of the facility. Whitmore Lake is a community that experiences significant poverty, health equity, food access, and transportation issues. The way this project is being conducted is making a difficult situation worse, and we need to figure out a way to address this before an unfortunate incident occurs. I'll be happy to stick around to answer any questions during your response to call to the public, if you wish.
Thank you for your comments, Ms. Larson. Are there others wishing to speak?
No, that concludes public comment, but I will note that Commissioner Sanders has joined.
Oh, I missed that. Okay. If Commissioner Sanders is with us, we will move to hear from Caroline at this time.
Good afternoon. I don't think I have anything exciting to add to you. Our next meeting is scheduled for August 5th. We're meeting, on summer schedule, so once a month, the first Wednesday. As I always do, everyone is invited to join us in person, virtually, by email, and share your comments and concerns with us if you have any. I think that's pretty much it. I did have the opportunity to attend a Saline Township meeting last week, and so I was paying more attention to the roads than I was how far it took me to get there. But it's always good to see what some of the rest of the county looks like. So that's the conversation that I'll have later, probably with Matt. But that's it. Glad to see you all. I've been missing you. And my apologies. There's just a lot going on and summer schedule. So I'm not even embarrassed to say I'm taking a little of my time back. But good to see you and thank you for letting me speak.
Thank you, Commissioner. Have a good summer.
You as well.
Anyone else, Chris?
No, that concludes.
Not at this time. Okay. That concludes public comment. We will look at written communications on pages 16 through 18. Commissioners, is there anything you wish to draw our attention to or ask questions about? Commissioner McCollum.
Chair Fuller, I would like to thank Dawn for responding to an anonymous resident. On page 18 at the bottom, to let that person know that, Dawn let the anonymous person know that she would be referring, what the communication to, just pass the message along. And so that to me shows, communication, and that's important to have that community engagement. That's all I have.
Thank you. Commissioner Yamas, anything?
No, thank you.
No? All right. We will move on to road commissioner comment and staff follow-up to public comment. Commissioners, anything? Commissioner McCollum.
I want to thank Ms. Lawson about the work that she is doing to help her community in Whitmore Lake, and her concern for residents' safety and ability to get to what they need to get to, which is the health clinic and the food pantry. I was at that meeting on July 13th. I observed the meeting. I wasn't really part of it, but I observed it. And I appreciate the concern of the residents and the questions that they have. And that's the end of my comment. Thank you.
Commissioner Yamas.
No
Nope.
comment.
Mr. McDonnell, Managing Director.
Yes, thank you, Chair Fuller. I appreciated the comments, and certainly the meeting, which took place. We were able to receive feedback and work to address some of those concerns shared. Wanted to let you know the concrete is curing. So that's why the closure is still there. Once the concrete has cured, we'll remove the barricade. We anticipate that here shortly. Certainly, we want to encourage residents to use the People's Express in that area. They can provide additional rides to access those businesses for those that may not have means for vehicular access that are north of the bridge and the closure to get to south side of the bridge. Certainly, it is a very compact site. Safety for anyone going near that construction zone is critical. That's why we can't allow pedestrians through that access. And it's very compact. We've got not only the stream to contend with, just north of the actual existing bridge is a railroad. So a railroad in close proximity does complicate matters as well. But we're working obviously to address some of these concerns, but we are going to have that closure remain. We cannot provide that temporary pedestrian access through the work zone. It's just not an option. So we will definitely continue to let folks know about the People's Express. We're in communication with them as well. I think Brent will share under his report where
great.
we're at
Okay.
with that. So that's all I had.
All right. So stay tuned, Ms. Larson. There's more to come under the engineering director's report. If there's nothing else at this time, in terms of response, we will move along to new business. May I have a motion to approve the consent agenda items 1 through 5 as presented? Motions on pages 19 through 22, background on pages 23 through 39.
So moved.
Support. Any questions about any of the consent agenda items? Commissioner McCollum?
Yes, on, got it here.
Okay, take your time.
On page 21, the third consent, the Grove Road is listed in the MDOT contract, project MDOT contract. Is that considered MDOT road, Grove Road?
No, that one's ours. And we'll be resurfacing that as part of a federally funded project, which ultimately, anything that involves federal funds has to be bid out through the state of Michigan. And every time we have a federal aid project, it has a corresponding MDOT agreement, and that's what this is. It's basically those three projects are being administered through one contract through the state of Michigan, and we're entering into defined roles and responsibilities. We administer it on behalf of the state, and then we agree to pay the local share for those projects.
Thank you.
Does that answer your question?
Yes, it does.
Okay. Okay.
Through the chair.
Oh, Commissioner Yamas?
So is that true for the Stony Creek Road and Willis Road also in Bemis? On page 21, Stony Creek Road between Willis Road and Bemis Road in Augusta Township?
Yes, so that's our road. It's going to be resurfaced and using federal funds.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I would, oh,
Sorry,
Go
that's it.
ahead.
Thank you.
Mr. McDonnell, if you would please describe why the Workner Road Rehab Project bid was rejected.
Sure. So bids came in quite a bit higher than anticipated. Ultimately, there was kind of two big components of that. It's the road work, and then we're also replacing a culvert project. We anticipate, we've talked with staff, both the director of operations and engineering, and we think it probably be best suited that our own crews replace the culvert to save costs because bids came in quite a bit higher. And then we're still getting a game plan on how we're going to do the resurfacing and curb work and other work related to the Workner Road project. It may get delayed till next year, or we may be able to talk to other local contracts that we have in place to potentially complete the work. That has not yet to be determined. What we do know is the contractor that submitted the bid, it was, I forget what the bid prices were.
53% higher than the engineer's estimate.
It was about over $500,000. So we cannot reasonably take on that additional cost. So we're going to attack it a little differently. We may repackage and rebid, but the culvert will get replaced this year, hopefully, weather permitting. We would have to bid out the precast box culvert, so that will come back to the board for award, and our crews will then look to replace the culvert. Road work will continue to work on how we're going to approach that, and our engineering department is looking at our options. So at this point, we're recommending this bid rejection on the consent, and know that the project will move forward just in a little different format.
Commissioner McCollum?
Just a FYI, the link, because I tried to look it up to see how much it was, it doesn't work. It says 404.
Page not found?
Yeah,
That's 404 is page not found.
that's the FYI.
All right, I can certainly send you or have Brent send you.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that.
Commissioner Yamas, anything?
No,
No.
thank you.
I appreciate the fiscal prudence that we take on these bids. This isn't the first rejection that's ever come before the board, and I really appreciate the advice that the professionals in this organization go like, no, I don't think so.
Thank you. And we only received one bidder as well.
Ah,
That's the
okay.
other part. It was one bid and it was really high, and unfortunately, as you state, Chair Fuller, we have rejected bids in the past. That doesn't mean we're not going to do the project. It's just not at this time, and we'll get the work done. I'm confident of that. It's just timing.
All right. With that, Shelby, if you would please call the roll.
Commissioner Joanne McCollum.
Yes,
Commissioner Gloria Yamas.
Yes.
Commissioner Barb Fuller.
Yes, the consent agenda is approved as presented, items 1 through 5. We have no action items on our agenda today. We will move straight to the report of the road commissioners. Commissioner Yamas.
The only thing I have to report is the review of the County Road Association of Michigan's legislative update by Ed Niola, which is always very eye-opening about the Neighborhood Road Fund update and the continuing struggle legally with the marijuana wholesale tax, and the monies to be provided to us is ongoing. That is the most important thing that I've seen of that. Thank you.
All right. Commissioner McCollum.
Yes, on July 6th, I attended the virtual meeting on State Road at Ellsworth Road Improvement Project. On July 8th, I attended chat session and we had one attendee. On July 13th, I attended a meeting with the WCRC and residents of Whitmore Lake. I observed the discussion regarding the concerns of the residents with accessibility to the food bank, health clinic, and sports park. And my comments, I sent my comments about this observation to the managing director and the board. And that concludes my report.
Thank you. I will report that on July 8th, I attended the virtual design presentation about the 2027 Five Points Roundabout in Webster Township. On July 11th and 18th, I attended the Dexter Forum and responded to questions about the 2026 Island Lake and Dexter Main Street Roundabout, as well as some initial inquiries about the 2027 Five Points Roundabout in Webster Township. I continue at each of these sessions to share diagrams about the roundabouts, the detours associated with them, and I always have our county maps, and newly added to the mix are the Road Commission activity books, which I thought people might enjoy in the summer. I guess that concludes my report. We'll move on to staff reports and updates. They appear on pages 40 through 52 of the packet. Matt.
I will ask if there's any questions. Reading the reports contained in the packet.
Commissioner McCollum.
Yes, should I wait for Adam for the operations report, or could just ask you what I have on page 46?
Next.
Under notes, it was about the two trucks 334 and 383 are decommissioned. What, I know we said something about turning them in. Are these two trucks going to be recycled?
We'll bring Adam up.
Okay.
Typically decommissioned trucks will get sold at auction,
Oh,
but I'll let Adam speak to that.
Yeah, well, Adam Lake, Director of Operations. Yes, to Matt's answer into your question. So decommission for us is just the terminology we use when we pull them back in, or the crew sends them to us, cleans them up. Then we take stickers off, numbers off, and then they're put on an auction website typically for resale.
okay.
Put out to pasture.
Yes, ma'am. We use most of our stuff up pretty good, so but there are quite a few people that do purchase them and move them on to smaller companies and things like that.
Okay.
A lot of private groups buy them and move them on. Example would be some of our trucks 10, 15 years old. Usually like a private contractor will buy them and they usually take them out of state. And then if for some reason we have a more modern piece of equipment that we're auctioning off, sometimes other agencies will reach out for those, but most of the time it's private sources that purchase those off our bid.
So this is,
Auctions.
so private sources can bid on this?
Yeah, so we use essentially Gov Deals is a kind of group that we use, and
Gov.
Ranger Bid. Those are auction sites, they're online. And so private entities and public entities are able to get on those sites. But you see a lot of agency equipment, a lot of public, whether it be DPW, fire departments, road commissions, the state, anything, any public entity can essentially become a member in those groups and then auction things off. They'll auction things off from, small bits and pieces to trucks to full on pieces of equipment like we do. So it's a beneficial thing for us because we don't have to go through a lot of advertisement on our own.
Right.
We pay a fee for them to post it, and then they do the bidding, then they pay for that through their bidding process. They end up paying for our postings. So.
Commissioner Young.
That's DOVE, Dove Deals, what kind of?
Gov, G-O-V-E.
Gov Deal.
Yeah, so government deals,
Okay.
Gov Deals. So you'll see that group, and then Ranger Bid spelled with a G, Ranger, Ranger.
Okay.
Bid is another company that we'll
Okay.
use for the online auctioning.
Good,
Thank you.
good to know.
Commissioner McCollum.
Just one more question. Okay, on page 50. I don't know if I've noticed this before or I'm just now noticing it. Under 2025, the number 3767 signs replaced. In Q1, Q2, total 1,432. Is that a normal amount? It seems like a lot of signs to replace, but is that normal for 2 quarters?
I'll let Brent speak to that. So
Okay.
The column 2025 is the total for last year.
Mm-hmm.
And then the column 2026 is the running total for this year. We're just kind of give you a comparison.
Oh, I see. I see.
And then we have the breakdown Q1, Q2.
So
and then
maybe
3,
that is
4.
normal.
Yep. So we're tracking a little bit less than last year.
Yep. Yeah, Brent Schlack, Director of Engineering. Yeah, so we're tracking a little lower than what we were last year. But yeah, that's a normal number. So we do replacements for projects, local projects, our own projects, for sign reflectivity. And then of course, signs that are downed, that are hit, then we replace those. And, so yeah, so that number is, on par with where we should be. And it is quite a large number of signs that we replace, yes.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
our sign crews do a great job. Julie does an excellent job out there.
Yeah, we've got what, 40,000 signs out
Yeah,
there?
40,000 signs.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, that we're managing, yes, so.
And every one of them has a sticker on the back. that
They do.
says when they're supposed to be replaced because of reflectivity.
Yeah, so the sign manufacturer has a warranty that they warranty the reflectivity. Typically, that's 10 years. And so we have a replacement schedule, and it varies based on the color. And then, of course, the sign will vary based on the direction it's facing. So if it's facing south or then it definitely will degrade. Yeah. So actually, Julie does. Julie
Wow.
does an excellent job through RoadSoft and our sign asset management program. And but we try to stick by those warranties because it's really hard. There is the ability to measure the reflectivity, but then you'd have to pay somebody to go around and measure all that. And it's just better to replace it based on the warranty, the scheduled warranty timeframe.
And Julie is Julie Nixon, our sign.
Julie Nixon, yes, thank you.
Who started here in 8th grade, I believe.
She's worked here for a long time, yeah.
Yeah,
Yes. Okay,
40,000 signs. Wow.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Brett.
you're welcome.
What else? Continue.
All right. I've got a bit of sad news for us, good news for Chris.
Yeah.
Chris, our IT manager, Chris Quinter, submitted his resignation. His last day is July 29th. Him and his wife are relocating and we wish them well. Again, Chris has done a phenomenal job of stepping into that IT manager role and has taken us to new levels that I didn't even think we could get to. He has been the ultimate professional and has just done a phenomenal job of supporting our organization
And the board.
and bringing us to the forefront of IT and technology. He will be greatly missed as a person and all the excellent work he's done. Good news is that he's been working with Josh and he is been promoted. He will be taking on the IT manager role upon Chris's departure. So we're excited for that next step. And we have posted Josh's position as well. So again, just want to wish Chris well and publicly say thank you.
We'll miss you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks, Matt.
Yeah, of course. With that, I will go ahead and start off with the finance report. I'll bring back Connie. She was a star earlier.
I'm
Good
glad you're still
afternoon.
here. We kind of put you through the ringer this morning.
Yeah. Yes, I'm back. Connie Kumpela, Assistant Finance Director to the Road Commission. First, I want to say thank you to the board for your participation in this morning's discussion about our Q2 budget. You had some really good questions, and we really appreciate your insight and your feedback when it comes to the work that we do. And it's a big, like we said, it's a big report. So
Yeah.
thank you for that. So having said that, there was a lot I said this morning. So this report will be short. What we have been busy doing other things in finance. Particular operations has had us busy because they produced 13 new billings for the township. So those went out recently, and that equals about $1.6 million. So not a small amount of work or money that they've been working on getting us back into our coffers. So beyond that, I don't have much to report. MTF has not dropped yet for this month, so I don't have that. Just on a side note, professionally, tomorrow I'm going to attend an accounting manual meeting where get to speak all the geek talk that we want. And they're currently revamping our accounting manual, so updating it per the state standards. So that's everything I have.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's good times.
Commissioner McCollum.
Sure. Connie, that manual, revamping the accounting manual, is a specific manual that you
Yep,
use?
there's an accounting manual. The larger municipalities have an accounting manual as well. There's one for the road commissions that's specific to the accounting for the road commissions, and it's really catered more towards Act 51 than anything. And so it gives examples, and just like if you want to know how to account for something that we do, you can always reference the accounting manual. So it's a very robust manual. And, to update, I think it's been a while since it's been updated. I'm new to this committee, so I'm still getting my arms around everything, but it's not a small task. So there's a committee that reviews in one section at a time. And we've had new accounting standards come down too. So as a road commission, we have to pivot and incorporate those into our practices as well. So
Connie, is there a name for that?
just the road commission accounting manual. Yeah.
And you'll see that reflected in the budget document. A lot of those numbers on the side are those of the general ledger accounts, where we're trying to consistently across the board apply where those expenses and all get reported out in the general ledger. So
Yeah. So and it's available it is available online. So
Is
but
this
it's
a
a very
county
thick,
road?
it's very big.
Is this a CRA committee or?
Yes, this is a CRA committee. That's correct.
Okay.
Oh, really?
it's a subgroup of the finance and HR.
Yes. Yes.
Another org chart I need, right?
Right.
Thanks for participating in that.
Yes, thank you.
Thanks, Connie. All right, next up, we'll bring Brent with the engineering report.
Well, again, Brent Schleck, Director of Engineering. So we did have some bids, and I know we discussed some earlier. So July 9th, we opened bids for the Workner Road. And as mentioned, they were 53% over the engineer's estimate. We had one bidder, and as you saw, we recommended rejection of those. We are working through our procurement for the box culvert. For our own crews to do that, and then we'll be discussing how we can potentially accomplish some of the other work. Hopefully this year. If not, then we'll be moving forward into 2027. We also had MDOT bid opening for Plymouth Road between Dicksboro and M153, Grove Road between Emmerich and Harris, and Stony Creek Road between Willis and Bemis. That was the agreement that was just approved. That bid opening was on July 10th. Ajax was the contractor selected, and they were 5.5% under the engineer's estimate. So we'll be moving forward with that through the MDOT acceptance and approval process, and then setting up pre-construction meetings. Majority of that work has been deferred till next year. We did allow for that to potentially be constructed this fall. So we're working through some of that with that contractor. We do have an upcoming bid in the MDOT bid opening for August 7th. That's our textile safety improvement project between Huron River Drive and Bridge Road. That'll be adding a third lane, a center left turn lane between that segment between Huron River Drive and Bridge. And that was a safety award that was awarded in 23 for us to construct it. So that will be bid out in August and constructed next year. We do have a public information meeting upcoming for our Ellsworth and State Roundabout Improvement Project. That's a virtual public design meeting. That's August 6th at 11 a.m. That project's, just to describe a little bit, there'll be some operational improvements to that roundabout. We'll have some overhead signing that we'll be putting in, improved pavement marking, and we'll also have some raised crosswalks through the roundabout that we'll be installing part of that project. And that will be through TAP funds, so Transportation Alternative Programs. We were awarded funds through that program for that project. And that project will be constructed next year. Project updates, Cherry Hill Road, the deck has been poured, and the contractor continues to work to complete this by the end of August. So our contractors continue to work out there for Cherry Hill. The Main Street Bridge, and thank you for Aaron Burkholtz, our Assistant Director of Engineering. He was texting during the meeting, and so the bridge is closed. The contractor's working on removals. As far as the food pantry and the health services, we have been working with People's Express. They will be offering a service free of charge for customers to get around that closure for those customers for both of those. So we're trying to get a little bit more detail from People's Express on how they're covering those costs. But for the customer, they won't have to worry about any of those costs to get to those facilities. As far as the no turn on red, that is something that our project manager, Kevin Dunicki, will be requesting of the contractor to install at the traffic signal.
Traffic signal or traffic sign?
Well, it's for the temporary signal. I believe it's a one-way road, and people are treating it like they can turn on red. Even though, so it's really an enforcement issue, but we'll be putting up a sign to help further let people know that red signal means no, you can't travel through the one-way road. Then anything else on that? The sidewalk. Yeah, thanks, Matt. So the sidewalk, as Aaron has been texting back and forth, that I got word that the sidewalk is now open. So the barricade that was mentioned earlier has been removed, and they were waiting for that concrete to cure, and it appears that it's to the property cureness to allow pedestrians on it, and so that barricade's been removed.
Commissioner McCollum?
Yes, Brent, on this project. So I think I read where it was fixed. So when I was there on the 13th, I was parked in the health clinic parking lot. So that road right next to it. And as I was driving out, my light was green, but also the other light was green. Was that been adjusted?
As far as the timing, so there were two signals there for
Right.
and they were kind of angled.
Right.
Yeah, and then there was a stop sign.
Right.
We've changed that to a yield sign
Okay.
because they still should yield for the other road. But both of those, yeah, those should both have green. But the one, the individual, I think it's Brookside, they should be yielding to the other motorists coming off of because there's two intersecting roads right at that signal.
So why are they both green though? If we're like, one's coming this way, I'm coming this way, we're both green, and I know there's a stop sign there.
Now
Yield sign.
now it's
Yield
yield.
sign. What if it,
Because it's a one-lane road, so it just means that the individual traveling south would have to yield to the side road and then continue through on the one-lane road.
hmm,
Yeah, it's a difficult, challenging site that we're continuing to evaluate. It's the kind of the best solution for that community that's back in there. And it should be for only those that are back in there. Of course, there's customers for the pantry and the health services, but majority of those that traffic will be for the individuals that live within that community.
so legally, we can't make that a red sign because it's a one-way? I mean, different.
Yeah, because it's a one-lane road, you wouldn't be able to have it be like a three-phase signal because we have to allow for it'd be like a temporary traffic regulator or a flagger, where they have the stop slow. That's what the signal is kind of indicating. And so to have it indicate separately for two separate roads, you would be very delayed on the other portion. So much so that people would disregard.
I see what you're saying. I was just thinking this, so I know we just put up new signs, but I know at some intersections, they'll have the stop sign and they'll say all way.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone stops there and looks, and who's ever first, would that be something that would?
No, because it's an active traffic signal, we wouldn't want to have a stop sign. So the comment that was raised earlier,
Coming the other way?
yeah, so the comment about having the stop sign there was a great comment, and that's why we changed it. It was a legitimate comment, and yeah, you wouldn't want to have a conflicting message.
Yeah, I see
with the
that.
traffic
They're coming
signal.
From, like they're going towards the bridge, you need a
Correct.
light for that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hmm.
Any other questions on that project? Okay. The Island Lake Dexter Main Street. So the base course has been paved and they're still working through completing that and the portion in between Dexter Pinckney and Dexter Chelsea. So our contractors diligently working out there for that project. State Road between US 12 and Old State. The paving is complete. We're installing shoulders and we're expecting pavement marking this week. And then once we receive that, then we'll open the road. So we're hoping that later this week, we'll be able to open up State Road. We were out there last Thursday, Aaron and I were, and the roadway looks really great. So the Cadillac Asphalt did an excellent job with that project. Scioto Church and Zeeb, the roundabout project, contractors working on the underground and ag base for that project. Dixboro Road paving between the Huron River Bridge and Getty's. This is where, I don't know if you remember last report, they were closing this or they were performing the work on the weekends under intermittent lane closures. We've done that the last 2 weekends and they've gone successful. So we have one more weekend to work out on Dixboro Road to finish that project. Aside from that, I would then encourage those to visit the website and for any other upcoming projects for 26 and 27 and even into 28. So, any questions?
Commissioner McCollum.
Actually, it's for the managing director.
Okay.
So I was wondering why we don't, like, we have a report operations report and have the pages, but, we don't have one in the, packet for finance engineering report. Is there?
So engineering, we typically will do with project updates. So
Mhm.
we subscribe, and they're included a lot of the communication
Is
that
already
goes
in
on
there.
projects is in the communication.
Okay.
And then finance does a report. It's not every board packet, it's every other.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Brett.
Last. Late?
All these.
Late?
Yeah, I know.
All righty, hello again, Adam Lape, Director of Operations. Nice short update from the operations side of things. Main focus of the program right now is the drainage, so the water resources grant. All those projects we've been working on quite frequently here. Last week, we completed Zeeb Road, Noller Road, with the exception of just some restoration work that's going on today. And then we'll start on Park Road here in Scioto Township. Matter of fact, they're probably working out that way at this point right now. I know they were strategizing, kind of planning a little bit for tomorrow when I was in the office between the working session and board meetings. So we're keeping really busy with that. Probably what we'll do, because we're gonna have so many pictures and a lot of good information probably towards the end of the season. Maybe once we start seal coating, maybe at a working session, we'll spend 5-10 minutes and show some of the photos. I mean, we have hundreds of photos of probably not thousands by the time we're done with this, but we'll narrow that down to a handful of stuff that we can look at, maybe and talk about like each structure we did. So there's some intricacies to it, but for the most part, they're relatively consistent. They're either a culvert or a galvanized, basically an erector set that we build, an aluminized box culvert. So we've been using
Great pictures that
Yeah.
came out
Yeah.
for the Zeeb Road culvert opening.
Yeah.
So that just came out.
Yeah, that was this, or might have been
over the weekend.
Thursday, Friday, I think we kind of, we
Yep.
talked about that. So some of the information, some of the pictures you've probably seen, but yeah, we'll kind of compile all that and maybe talk all at once about it. Because if not, the next few weeks will probably be a lot of the same from our report. They're keeping really busy. We've been lucky enough with good budget to rent some good pieces of equipment. We have good operators, so we're getting pretty efficient with this stuff. So this week will be relatively expedited work on Park Road. And then as we get into some other ones, Saline Waterworks Road, maybe even Auber Road, that might take us a little bit longer because we have to do some building, or we actually have to erect them on site. So that'll take us a little bit longer. So it'll stretch us out a little bit. We were able to benefit from some of the delays earlier in the season with the seal coat program to actually build some of these culverts prior to the time we went out there. So we rented a trailer and loaded them on the trailer and kind of escorted ourselves to the job site and kind of dropped them in there off the side of the trailer. So it's worked out pretty good so far. We hope to keep that going. So that's kind of operations goals. Right now, the local road program, yes, we've sent out billings for the townships, or payment wise. That's why I haven't sent our first set of billings for them. And then 3 other townships, we're adjusting some mischarges that came while we were hauling the stone. So we'll adjust those in District 5 and then probably get a first or final bill out to those groups, because we're essentially done with the work, but we want to adjust the pricing back. Essentially, we got billed to another, or overbilled for the stone. So we made adjustments, got our credits for that. We just have to redo the invoicing. So kudos to the group to catching that prior to December. So that was a good thing. So we're able to make the shift while we're moving, and probably get a second agreement with Saline Township here sooner than later.
Yeah.
So that'll come probably, I would assume, probably come across in the next maybe 2 meetings here to the board for some smaller work, but to still prep us for the next season. So other than that, any questions from the report or anything?
I have a few.
Okay, I did want to make a note specific to the report. The fallen trees, there are only a handful there because it was like 2 days before we had quite a few. And the way they triage them as well, they don't always show up on a report. You might only got one technical call, but we'll get a triage list. We may have hundreds of them where they're just kind of calling the foreman as we go. But your question?
Yeah, how we coming on mowing? I know this is the summer that weeds are on steroids. and
Agreed.
Gosh, what we do 2 rounds?
Yes, that is correct. 2 rounds on all roads now. So we're on the unpaved segments. I'm going to try to, while we're talking here, to pull up really quick Jared's mowing update to list the townships are actually in.
And the concerns about North Territorial and Huron River Drive, the people that are
Yes,
taking their own custom
yes,
detours.
yes.
The weeds are,
Yeah, so we're
Good
trying to
stuff.
mow as fast as we can with the contractor. So last week, we were currently in Dexter, and then moving into Webster, Silo, Northfield and Ann Arbor Township. So kind of think of it the middle part of the county here, and then the northeast portion of the county where we're at right now. So we've finished quite a few other kind of wrapping back from the west.
And this is round one.
Yeah, this is round one
Okay,
of the
just making
unpaved
sure.
that we're on. Yeah, we've already completed round one of the paved road mowing. So then we started, I think, 3 weeks ago, maybe 4 weeks ago, started on the unpaved roads. Start that first round, which is where we were really getting a lot of the concern here lately because,
sight distances.
yeah, once we got that little bit of heat and humidity there, stuff started going pretty fast. So we're keeping our boom mowers going as quick as they can, kind of touching spot areas as we typically do. But like I say, we're kind of in the District 1, District 6 area with the actual mowing contractor right now
Okay.
on the unpaved roads.
Heat and smoke, how are our crews doing out there in the field?
We got pretty lucky with how it was last week because we only had just the culvert work and then some crews doing crack seal. So we sent messages out to the foreman Thursday morning and essentially told them, make your choice with your crew. What do we feel? What do we need? For the most part, the crews wanted to work, so we kind of balanced that and had the majority of the people in equipment to try to help us through that. So we kind of got lucky because it was Thursday. We worked Friday with just a handful of crews that were outside, actually on the ground as opposed to, in equipment. All of our equipment is air conditioned, so that helps a little bit. So it's nice to have the modernized equipment for the most part where we can be in a cab for most of the stuff we do, so that's helpful. But some people out on the ground, we left that to them. Like if they felt any issues with that, we just told them draw the line. We weren't at any point in the schedule we had to take a risk. So,
Okay.
but all elected to continue on. So mitigated maybe, but I think the cool temperature is helping us a little bit. The little bit of wind we had this weekend was helpful because it forced a little bit, changed the jet stream a little.
Yeah.
And move some of that smoke away. I don't think it'll be the last time we get to experience it, unfortunately. Over the next couple of weeks, I think there's still some work to be done with the fires themselves, which I think will probably impact us. But that's a little bit outside my purview, but unfortunately, it's going to affect us, I think, again. And we'll just have to
Every
make decisions.
Forward for a while.
Yeah, I think we'll just have to make decisions kind of in the moment, and just make sure everybody's, feeling power enough to draw the line. Like if you don't feel good, just walk away from it. Nothing we can't do tomorrow or the next day if there's no sense in the risk.
Annual agreements, it sounds like they're getting turned around pretty quickly already. It's not even August and
Yeah.
you've got that work done.
Yep.
Any leftover money? Are you able to do second agreements based on any savings or?
Yeah, so we know for sure that Saline Township will get to do a little bit more work with them. So that's the second agreement that I referred to. We'll actually put one together. It's going to be prepping, I can't remember which road segment, a smaller road segment to kind of prep us for the 2027 years.
Okay.
Kind of that forward thinking. So we have a little bit of money left with them. Some of the other groups, we hope to stretch out the Webster Township agreement itself because that agreement is robust because of the millage they have.
Right.
So our plan is we're working on Gregory Road and we'll try to extend that and essentially run until we run out of the dollars. So we'll modify the agreement if we get to that point. But short of that, I think for the most part, I think we'll use the majority of the funds and then the townships. If there is quite a bit residual left over, then we may look at a second agreements. But I think right now, everything seems to be pretty much on estimate. So that's helpful. But we'll see if we can capitalize on some of the efficiencies through hauling the stone to these job sites. That's probably what's going to give us that chance to get those second agreements here later in the season. But yeah, District 5 is essentially completed. We just had to work through the credits from adjusting the invoicing. And then the second agreement in Saline Township already. So District 5 is in a good place. District 6 has started prep work. District 1 has started prep work and they're into their jobs. Same thing with District 3. District 4's program is just smaller just in general because of the funding levels. But they should be pretty good and they'll probably get a chance to extend some of their projects along just on the first agreement. Some of that has built in some opportunity to just take it from road A to road B and then just extend by modifying the agreement or just agreement through the supervisor and our foreman that there's set amount of dollars left. We can go from section B to C and then just try to either do the drainage or the forestry work in the fall. And sometimes we're able to do all that plus the stone, but most times it's preparatory stuff.
Now my last question, North Territorial, west of Whitmore Lake Road, those two sinkholes that just
Yes.
never,
The gift that keeps on giving.
yeah,
Yeah,
what's
so-
the deal?
So the engineering team has worked through permits through the engineering group that I
Oh,
think.
sorry, did I ask the wrong
No, you're
person?
okay.
No?
I can help them through, at least give general. So likely.
If he starts.
Yeah.
Brent, yeah.
Burkholz will make sure I'm in line here.
They cut a string.
Yeah, right, they'll pull it back. But so plan this fall to excavate those out, mill them out and actually
Huh.
repave, reprocess the area. Just not ideal, foundations, it's not very stable, as you can tell.
Yeah,
So,
We did temporary repairs. The plan is this
Yeah.
fall to do the permanent repairs.
yeah, my team.
temporary repairs, right?
Yeah,
It seems like.
My team got to
Heating
get
has to
involved in
fall.
that. Yes, it's just soft underneath. So a little bit unstable. So the repairs my team did to try to get us into the winter, through the winter, and then inevitably through the spring. It's imperfect.
Okay.
But yeah, I drove them yesterday and they're certainly active.
Especially as hot as it had been, I
Yeah.
expected.
And a little bit of moisture actually is, doesn't help when it's not stable either. So by this fall, those should get tightened up as well.
Okay.
And the contractor obviously was, through permit required to assist with some of that.
Okay,
Thank you.
thanks, Adam.
I will also note that I'll be out of the office attending the McCrisip and CRASIF seminar in the annual meeting this week. So
All week?
as it's actually Wednesday and Thursday.
Yeah.
So
Commissioner McCollum?
Oh, I just forgot to mention about the, Main Street, bridge in Whitmore Lake. And I want to thank you for keeping me updated of the things that are happening in responses to the residents. And if you just can keep me in that loop, I appreciate it. Thank you.
and that concludes our report.
You're all set?
Mhm.
Okay. Reminders, August 4th, Tuesday again, we're moving back to our regular Tuesday meetings, 1 o'clock, regular meeting, no working session on August 4th. Looking ahead, Wednesday, I'm chat, July 29th, Commissioner Green, Commissioner Yamas, August 5th, Commissioner McCullum, August 12th, Commissioner Smers, August 19th, and I'm on again, August 26th. And as our Director of Engineering, Brent Schlack, reminded us, stay updated on projects and virtual public meetings, of which there are a lot. Visit wcroads.org on our landing page and sign up for those project updates and subscribe for notices. If there's no further business to come before the board, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
So move.
Support. If you would call the roll, please, Shelby.
Commissioner Joanne McCollum.
Yes.
Commissioner Gloria Yamas.
Yes.
Commissioner Barb Fuller.
Yes, we are adjourned. See everybody in August.